Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th Canto, Chapter 20, the rainy season and the autumn in Vrindavan, text 46. Please repeat. Gavaha, Mrigaha, Kagaha, Narayaha, Puspinyaha, Sharadha, Abhavan, Anmiyamanaha, Svabrishaihi, Palaihi, Ishakriyaha, Iva, Ghavo Mrigha Kagha Narya, Puspinya Sharadha Bhavan, Anmiyamana Savarsai, Palairi Shakriyaiva, Ghavo Mrigha Kagha Narya, Puspinya Sharadha Bhavan, Anmiyamana Savarsai, Palairi Shakriyaiva, Gavo Mrigha Kagha Narya, Puspinya Sharadha Bhavan, Anviyamana Swavarsai, Palairi Shakriyaiva. Okay, please. Gavo Mrigha Kagha Narya, Puspinya Sharadha Bhavan, Mataji. Puspinya Sharadha Bhavan, Anviyamana Svabrishai, Palairi Shakriyaiva, Gahavaha, the cows, Mrigaha, the female deer, Kagaha, the female birds, Naryaha, the women, Puspinyaha, in their fertile periods, Sharadaha, because of the autumn, Abhavan became, Anmiyamana followed, Svavrishai by their respective mates, Palai by the good results. Isha Kriyaha, activities performed in service to the Supreme Lord. Eva S. Translation and purport by disciples of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. By the influence of the autumn season, all the cows, women and female birds became fertile and were followed by their respective mates in search of sexual enjoyment. Just as activities performed for the service of the Supreme Lord are automatically followed by all beneficial results. Purport. Srila Prabhupada comments, on the arrival of autumn season, all the cows, birds, and female in general become pregnant, because in that season generally all the husbands become impelled by sex desire. This is exactly like the transcendentalists who, by the grace of the Supreme Lord, are bestowed with the benediction of their destination in life. Srila Rupa Goswami has instructed in his Upadeshamrita that one should perform devotional service with great enthusiasm, patience, and conviction, and should follow the rules and regulations, keep oneself clean from material contamination, and stay in the association of devotees. By following these principles, one is sure to achieve the desired results of devotional service. For him who patiently follows the regulative principles of devotional service, the time will come when he will achieve the result, as the wives reap result by becoming pregnant. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshta Putale Srimate Bhakti Vikas Swami Devamani. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshta Putale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Devamani. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshunyavadi Pashate Deshtarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Ghavo mrigha gaghanarya pushpinya sharadha bhavan anmiyamana svabhrishai phalairi shakriyaiva. Again, translation. By the influence of autumn season, all the cows, women and female birds become fertile and were followed by their respective mates in search of sexual enjoyment. Just as activities performed for the service of the Supreme Lord are automatically followed by the beneficial results. Hare Krishna. So we are continuing to hear the description of the rainy season and the autumn in Vrindavan. So each verse we are learning some lessons. In this verse, we learn that if you are seriously practice a devotional service, so result is sure, and certainly, the result will be there. So that's point here we learn. So the analogy is given that in the autumn season, so all the female animals, birds, and everybody becomes fertile and engage in the sexual enjoyment, and the result they become pregnant. So, similarly, the devotional service is also gives the result. And here in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says that particularly he quotes from Upadeshamrita, Srila Rupa Goswami, that Utsaha Nishaya Dhairya verse. Of course, there is no verse, but the translation given. So that is the principle in the devotional service which we are supposed to follow. If we follow seriously, definitely the result will be there. So that's the point. So in light of Bhagavatam, we'll also read. We'll read paragraph. In the autumn season, all the birds, beasts, and men become sexually disposed, and the bull, the stag, the male bird, the man, and other male creatures impregnate their fair sex. A similar impregnation takes place as a result of devotional service to the Lord. So, purport. Devotional service to the Lord never goes in vain. Just at the right moment, the result of one's particular devotional service will come, even if one has no desire for it. The pure devotees do not wish any return from the Lord in exchange for their service. They do not make business exchange with the Lord. But the Lord, out of His own accord, fulfills all the desires of devotees. So, the rest of the purport we will read later. Now, here, very important point for us, and is very much inspiring for the practitioners, because the devotional service, the result is guaranteed. In Bhagavatam, first canto, in the 6th chapter, where Narada and Vyasa has a conversation, there the Supreme Lord says, Sat sevaha dirghaya bhi jhatamai dridhamati hidvava dham imam lokam gandha vaishnatam asi. By service of the Absolute Truth, even for a few days, a devotee attains firm and fixed intelligence in me. Consequently, he goes on to become my associate in the transcendental world after giving up these present deplorable material worlds. And in the next verse, he continues, Matirmayi nipadhyayam na vipadhye takrayachit praja sarghe nirodhevapi smritischa mad anugrahat. Intelligence engaged in my devotion cannot be thwarted at any time, even at the time of creation as well as the time of annihilation. Your remembrance will continue by my mercy. So here, Lord is giving assurance that one who engage in the devotional service, it will never go in vain. So, Srila Prabhupada also explains in that purport to this verses which just we read now, that the devotional service is so great when we engage in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even devotees are not desiring, as Prabhupada said in that Bhagavatam purport, devotees are not businessmen dealing like most of the demigod worshippers. They all, if you see, they just like a businessman. I will do this yajna, I will do this puja, I will do this, I will do this. Why? Because I want this, I want that, I want this. So they have so many demands. They see the God as an order supplier. Most of the people, all the religious people, all Srila Prabhupada many times speaks about Christianity. What they do, they pray for the bread. Lord, please give us our daily bread. So they see almost, all the people except a few Vaishnavas, everybody else sees the Lord. Of course, there are atheists who don't believe, but the people who have faith in God, who follow some religion, and they think this world is created by the Lord for our enjoyment. So Lord is there to provide whatever is need for our enjoyment. So Prabhupada says that they see Lord as an order supplier. But devotees are not like that. Devotees, they don't expect anything. You see here, na danam na janam na sundarim kavitham va jagati shakame mama janmani janmanishware bhavadhas bhakti ragaitvagitvai. So this is the mood of pure devotee, not expecting anything. Whether he just asks, Mama Janmani, Janmani, even he does not asking for the moksha, for the liberation. This is amazing. When people hear, they can't think of it, they can't, imagine, because most of the people, first they think God is an order supplier, and then even if they, go a little further, maximum they can think of to get out of this material world and, get liberated. But if someone is praying that not even want, the liberation, and also na danam, na janam, na sundarim, who can think of it? Then what else you want? What is there to pray for it? If you don't want anything, then he says, Mama janmani janmani ishware bhavathat bhakti ragaitugi ragaitugi bhakti. So that is the greatest thing. But people can't understand. Nowhere is this teaching is there. So, but devotees, because of this mood, they are particularly this Gaudiya Vaishnavas, Rupanugas, follower of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we follow in this mode, and this is our way to engage in the pure devotion service, to show the pure love, not expecting. But still, sometimes we see, not sometimes, most of the time, the Lord is giving to the pure devotees. And don't ask immediately, oh, Prabhu, I didn't get it. because you are expecting. You are desiring, so Lord is not giving. But the pure devotee, they don't expect, they don't ask for anything, so Lord gives them. So, Srila Prabhupada said that yes, and the devotional service is never goes in vain. Since the Supreme Personality of Godhead is eternal, intelligence supplied in his service or anything done in relation to him is also permanent. Anything done. So in Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna says, Swalpam abhyasya dharmasya thayate magato bhayat. Swalpam, even little. Just do a little bit. Just one small service. That story we hear that the mouse comes in the altar room, there is lamp which is lightened and it just is going to turn off because the giving, you have to time little push it up, otherwise it turns off. So the mouse was not having any intention to do service for the Lord, and the mouse came to eat the wicks, but somehow because it's just by touching is pushed forward, the wicks started to lighten, and so Lord is taken as a devotional service. This is a amazing thing. The Lord, how He just seek any opportunity. Anybody does anything. Like in the Dham, when someone comes and just sleeps overnight, the Lord is taking that He is all night, He offered pranams to me, so let him get benefit for it. Like that. I mean, who can think of it, like that? It's such a great thing is devotional service. So, such a transcendental service surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead accumulates birth after birth, even if it's little by little. And when the devotee is fully matured, the total service counted together makes him eligible to enter into the association of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Such accumulations of God's service is never vanquished, but increased till fully matured. So, this is an amazing point. The Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Swalpam, even if it's little by little, it never goes in vain. Even if after many, many births, we continue. Any material thing just goes out. Once the body is finished, that's it. Last life you may be the PhD holder. You may have a still certificate somewhere you can find. Maybe you remember your last birth. You go to that house and get your certificate. You can't just go and get the job this life. You may remember your past life. You may remember that in the past life you had in your bank account some crores of rupees. In this life, can you go and get it? No. Is everything goes. Once the body is finished, everything goes. Nothing you can get it back, the material thing. Of course, the karma comes with you, that you can't leave it, even if you don't want. But devotional service is not like that. So it's swalpam, even it's a little bit done, it's Lord never forgets. Even if we forget, Lord gives opportunity to remind us on devotional service and Supreme Lord. For example, in Bhagavatam we see that Bharata Maharaj, nice devotee, and he left everything, he renounced all kingdom, his wife, and power, everything. It's not easy. It's not like today, the rulers, the politicians. Those days, people had the knowledge, the real knowledge. They were advised by the all great rishis and brahmanas. So they had a real knowledge from the Shastra. So, Panchasvambanam Raje. So once the son grown up, gave the responsibility to rule the kingdom, and the father goes to the forest. That was the system. The many kings, they done like that. So Bharata Maharaj also was left everything and just simply meditating on the Lord, chanting His holy name. And then, unfortunately, one day he just saw that mother deer was pregnant, and heard the heavy roaring sound of lion, and just out of fear the deer was jumping over the water, and just the baby deer from the stomach of mother deer is delivered, and then the mother deer ran away out of fear, and then the baby deer was there. And Bharata Maharaj was thinking that, oh, who will take care of it? It's so nice. I know when it's a baby, even dog, when it's puppy, is attractive. So he was bewildered, and taken it, given shelter, feeding it, and slowly developing attachment to that deer. So ultimately, slowly he reduced his practice, his devotional service, because he has to take care of this deer. The time which he spent, the time was reduced for his service, his sadhana. So more and more he was attached to that deer. Ultimately, when he left the body, he was thinking of that deer and had taken birth as a deer next life. He fell down from the devotional service, and especially in coming to the lower species as an animal, is very big, fell down, but still, by the mercy of the Supreme Lord, he could remember the past life, and he could just not waste anymore this material body, material life. So he was very careful. And then again, he took birth in a Brahmana family, act as a Jata Bharata. Then ultimately he achieved the result of devotional service, attained the perfection. So from this we can see that even if one fell down, the devotional service, the benefit of devotional service is never goes in vain. Still, he is benefited. And also, we see in Bhagavad Gita, when Krishna describes all this yoga system, Ashtanga Yoga, and after hearing Arjuna says, it's very difficult to follow. Even I could control the wind, but controlling the mind is very difficult. So, anyway, after hearing, Arjuna had a doubt that, okay, after such a difficulties, if somebody is practicing this system, if one is unsuccessful, he is not attained the perfection, what will be the result? So Krishna says, Prapya punya krita lokan shita shashvati samaha suchinam shrimatam gehe yoga brashto vichayate. The unsuccessful yogi, after many, many years of enjoyment on the planets of the pious living entities, is born into a family of religious people or into family of rich aristocracy. And also he continues in the next verse, Atava yoginam eva kuleva bhati dhimatam etat dullabharataram loke janma edrisham. Or, so he continues from the previous, or if unsuccessful after long practice of yoga, he takes his birth in a family of transcendentalists who are surely great in wisdom. Certainly, such a birth is rare in the world. So, again, from these verses we see that even if one unsuccessful, if one is not completed in one life, so again, given the opportunity. So in this second verse, 642, Atava yoginam eva, in this purport, Srila Prabhupada writes about himself and his spiritual master, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He says, fortunately, both our spiritual master, Om Vishnupada Sri Srimad Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, and our humble self had the opportunity to take birth in such families by the grace of the Lord. And both of us were trained in the devotional service of the Lord from the very beginning of our lives. Later on, we met by the order of transcendental system. This is divine arrangement. So they met. So the point is here, Srila Prabhupada gives an example for himself and his spiritual master, that they were able to practice the devotional service. And also Prabhupada many times is told that the children are born in a devotee's family in our movement. They are not ordinary children, and they are demigods. They were already practicing people. So repeatedly is given the guarantee that the devotional services never goes in vain. So also we see like in Ajamila case, fell down was there, even though he was engaged, practiced according to his father's instruction, and chanted the mantras and do yajna, puja, everything nicely practiced Brahmana. But he fell down married prostitute women, and engaged in all kinds of sinful activities. He was speaking lie and cheating, killing, everything, all kinds of sinful activities, just for sense enjoyment. But he was a drunkard, woman hunter, rogue, thief, all kinds of sinful activity he engaged. But because of chanting the name of Narayana for the purpose of calling his son, son name was Narayana, so he became advanced. Even though he was involved in sinful activities, again he got opportunity to perfect his life. He was saved from the danger of going to hell. So even though Yamadutas came there to take him, but because of chanting this name, somehow Lord's mercy, he able to pronounce that name Narayana, and just Vishnu Dutas came and helped him. And also we see in the case of Gajendra, in previous life he was a devotee, but as a Gajendra, as an animal, also by the mercy of Krishna, he was able to think of the Lord when danger came, when crocodile caught his leg, and he offered the flower lotus to the Lord and offered his prayers, able to think of the Supreme Lord. So that is the greatness of devotional service. So, and also in Bhagavatam, famous verse, Tvaktva dharmam swadharmam charana bhujam hare bhajana pakto pate tato iti yatra kva vabhadram abhutyamosya kim ko varta pato bhajatham swadharmataha. The verse says, one who has forsaken his material occupations to engage in devotional service of the Lord may sometimes fall down while in an immature stage. Yet there is no danger of his being unsuccessful. On the other hand, a non-devotee, though fully engaged in occupational duties, does not gain anything. So, again here, the guarantee is given. Even if it's unsuccessful, even if not attain the perfection, it never goes in vain. And he continues from wherever he left. From there, he continues his devotional service. So now we continue to read from the Light of Bhagavata, second paragraph. It may appear that a devotee of the Lord is becoming poorer and poorer in terms of material prosperity, but factually he is not. The typical example is the Pandavas, the 5 brothers, headed by the king Yudhishthira, underwent all sorts of difficulties because of the conspiracy of their cousins headed by the Duryodhana. But in the long run, King Yudhishthira was enthroned by the Lord Sri Krishna, and his enemies were vanquished. King Yudhishthira was never disturbed by all the calamities that overcome them, even though Lord Krishna was ever their companion. The Pandavas never prayed to the Lord for anything but his devotional service. In due to time, in due to time, everything came out in favor of the devotees. So again, this is another important point that sometimes a devotee, may have some material desire, but we have to be very careful. We pray material desire, Lord may give, but how we are going to utilize it, if we are not going to engage in devotional service, fully not ready to surrender, if we are going to engage in the sense gratification, then it's becomes danger for our devotional service. So better, like Pandavas, as Prabhupada writes here, that we just pray for the pure devotional service, as we already saw that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching us. So just pure devotional service, that's only if we pray. If Lord desires, devotee, utilize it. If any material opulence comes also, devotee doesn't change. You see many great devotees like Sudama, Vipra, the Brahmana, he did not really desire for it, but Lord is given, but he did not change. He did not now I got a great palace and all the gold, all the opulence, everything, so let me enjoy. So far I was engaging in devotional service as a poor Brahmana suffering, so now let me enjoy. No, the enjoyment is always he has, because he is always engaging in the devotional service. The real enjoyment is that. So he already tasting that enjoyment. So why he goes, level down for the material thing? So anyway, Krishna given all this opportunity to utilize in his service. So he engaged, like Srila Prabhupada. When he was going to America, just had 40 rupees, Indian rupees, which was not useful America at that time. Still, even that 40 rupees was not useful. So, but slowly, we hear from the Prabhupada disciples in the memories, so many amazing things happen. Suddenly, it's just devotee has to pay the rent for the place, and then there is no money. Suddenly, devotee is walking on the street, just money is falling, just dollars. So many incidents. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur also, devotees just thinking, Maharaj suddenly announced this project is very expensive and we have no money, what to do? Devotees would think, but suddenly somebody comes, some businessman, and he offers, okay, I will sponsor this project. Like that. Suddenly this happens. So, if something happened like that, devotees, pure devotees, they don't change it. And they just continue, utilize everything in the service of the Lord. Even if it's not there, but they don't give up their devotions. That is the point. That is ahaitukya pratihata, means there is no interruption. There is no way the devotee can imagine that, without service of the Lord, how can I exist? There is no existence. There is no meaning of existing without the service of the Lord. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, we see that Kolavich Sridhar, amazing devotee. If you see the description, he's the poorest person, it seems like there that time, The house was described that from inside the house, if you see in the night in the sky, you could see more, stars than outside, like that. Almost like there is no roof, It's there, but it's so many holes. When rain comes, so much water comes in. Very little, in Bengal, almost every house, they have banana trees. And he's selling the donna, the banana made of banana leaves. How many people will buy? Very few people. It's not such a big business. So he doesn't earn much. But still, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes, takes from him. Takes sometimes bananas, sometimes this donna, everything he takes. And out of his that small income, utilize 50% to worship Saligram, worship Ganga. So that is really external point of view, he's the poorest person. But he was never lamented, he was never asked to the Lord, give me this, give me that. Moreover, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asking him, what do you want? But he did not want anything. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he took sannyas, and he came to his place, and in his roof there was a pumpkin growing, and he took that, made sabji from his house and took it. So what else? The Madhava, the husband of goddess of fortune, is with him. He is taking food from his pot. And then what else you want? How you will be considered as a poor man? Only the unintelligent people can think, like the Mayavadis. They think the Daridra Narayana. How Narayana can be Daridra? This is completely contradicting thing. Narayana is husband of goddess of fortune, all the wealth. Isavasamitam sarva, everything belongs to him. How he can be Daridra? And how he will allow his devotees to be Daridra or poor? He will be happy to give everything. And the devotees, we see that they are always in bliss, they are always happy. So that means they know the Lord is with them. They are engaged in the devotional service, so they are happy and they're not lamenting for material things. It's not necessary for them. Again, Prahlad Maharaj put into so many difficult distress. He never asked the Lord for material things. He was never disturbed with that. I put in such a difficult situation. Why Lord is allowing me in this? Only like us, like me, when little pain comes, I have a knee pain, I have a back pain, I have this, that. Complain. But the pure devotees, they don't complain because they know this is all my karmic reaction. Tatena kambam sashime kshamana punjane evatma kritam vipakam. So they have proper understanding, so they don't complain. Oh, okay, time is getting. So we'll just continue to read the light of Bhagavata. A devotee, therefore, should execute his devotional service with full energy, endurance, and confidence. He should perform his sagil duties. He should be pure in heart, and he should serve in association with devotees. So again, same like in the Bhagavatam purport, nectar instruction is quoted here. All six these items will lead the devotees to the path of success. One should not be discouraged in the discharge of devotional service. Failure may not be detrimental. They may be the pillars of success. So one must have good faith in the regulative principles followed by the self-realized souls, and one should not be doubtful about the ultimate result of such devotional service. Rather, one must go on executing his prescribed duties without hesitation, and one should never be influenced by unwanted association. So this is very big topic, so we don't have much time. So I just continue to read. We should not consider going back to Godhead plaything. We must take it seriously and enjoy it in the scriptures. For strict followers, the results is sure and certain. So this is the point, the main point. For strict followers, the result is sure and certain. And when the time is right, the result will come of its own force. Dhruva Maharaj went to worship God to gain something, but when he actually came in contact with God, he did not want anything from the Lord. The Lord, however, awarded Dhruva Maharaj both benefits. That is, the Lord fulfilled his desires and also gave him eternal salvation. Such are the lessons we learn from all these revealed scriptures. The Almighty God award the results we desire, and therefore we should desire that which is eternal, blissful, and full of knowledge. Sachidananda. In devotional service, we should not endeavor for that which is temporary and useless, means material thing. So devotional service is such a great boon. Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jiva. The Bhaktilata beach is given to the Bhagyavan Jiva. There are millions and millions of people are in this world suffering from this material life, but the people who got this opportunity to engage in the devotional service, we should follow these principles which is quoted by Srila Prabhupada from Nectar of Instruction, the Utsaha, Nishaya. Utsaha is very important thing. Nishaya, Dhairya, everything, all these 6 principles, if you really follow, and then the result is sure and certain. So we got the opportunity to engage in this, so we should take it as a great motivation, it's great inspiration. Unfortunately, devotees nowadays looking for some motivation from outside people, from karmis, which they have no any idea anything about what is to motivate, because they never experienced of such a transcendental, bliss. How they can motivate? You see here what Prabhupada is giving motivation is such a, it's a guaranteed thing. The Supreme Lord himself is certainly, he is giving guarantee for it. In Bhagavad Gita, see how many shlokas, man mana bhava maktut, sarva dharma paritya, so many shlokas he is guaranteeing. So this is such a great motivation. We just stick to our scriptures and follow, and the result will be there. Hare Krishna. So I stop here. Any comment, any question, anything to add? Anything to correct? Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.